Before we begin, we suggest using headphones so you can enjoy every word and detail with excellent audio quality. So, let's get started. Are you interested in acting? Have you ever dreamed of becoming a successful actor or actress? If yes, then this book, Switch On, Switch Off Acting Method, is packed with answers for you. The techniques shared in this book can help anyone passionate about acting make their journey smoother and more accessible. Introduction. Written by Virendra Rathore, a well-known voice artist, writer, director, singer, and film producer, this book offers a deep dive into the world of acting. With over 2 decades of experience in the film industry, including both the silver screen and OTT platforms, Virendra has become a mentor to many aspiring actors. He even runs the popular YouTube channel Join Films, which has 1.9 million subscribers. The basic mantra of acting is know yourself, and Virendra's book is a perfect guide to helping you master this. He breaks down acting in a simple way so that anyone can quickly grasp the skills needed. To explain the core concept of switch on, switch off, think of the legendary actor Charlie Chaplin. He once learned his mother had passed away right before a comedy show. Despite the grief, he switched on the comedy and performed perfectly. This switch on, switch off technique is about tapping into emotions instantly and shifting them just as quickly. It may sound hard, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Like tuning a radio to the right frequency, if you practice fully, you get the best results. But if you only put in 99% of the effort, you might not get the cleanest sound. So why should you read this summary? I've always dreamed of acting, and that passion led me to perform in plays at school. Today, my audio and video skills come from those early acting sessions. This book is close to my heart because it covers everything about acting. I've personally used some of these techniques, including dialogue delivery, tips in my own YouTube channel, Reader's Books Club. That's why this summary is packed with practical, personal advice. You won't find anything like it on other blogs. Let's break down the book into 8 parts to help you understand it better. By the end, you'll have tips to fast-track your Bollywood career. Part 1. From inside to outside in acting. It's important to understand that what the audience sees, your expressions, body language, and how you speak comes from within. As an actor, you must pay attention to your inner thoughts and feelings. If you're not feeling the emotion, it won't show in your performance. With switch on, switch off, you'll learn to tap into emotions like anger, happiness, or sadness, and let them show in your body, language, and voice. Part 2. We are born actors. We are all born actors. The first step is believing you're a natural. Think of a newborn child. They don't know any language or how to communicate, but they still express emotions. As they grow, they observe the people around them, copying their actions and starting to perform. This is what the book calls observation copy performance. As children, we act so naturally, but as we grow up, we start to worry about what others will think. This is when the artist inside us begins to fade. So, what stops you from acting freely today? It's time to let go of that fear and switch on your inner actor. Part 3. Rules for actors. Rule 1. Accept the circumstances and the character. The most important thing in acting is acceptance. Sadly, most people don't fully embrace this idea, but as an actor, you absolutely must. If you can't accept the character you're playing, you won't be able to truly become them. It's important to note that you don't have to agree with everything about the character's beliefs, religion, or personal life. But to portray them fully, you must accept everything about them. Only then will your acting feel real and believable. If you don't accept 100% of your character, you'll feel uncomfortable. and your performance will seem forced and false. An actor must also be a good person. Without this quality, they can never become truly great actors. Rule 2. Be a good listener. Being a great listener is crucial. Many actors don't realize the power of listening, but understanding and accepting the character starts with listening. In everyday life, most of us are too busy talking over each other. But as an actor, it's essential to really listen when the writers, directors, or casting directors describe the character. Many new actors make the mistake of not fully listening, especially during auditions. The better you listen, the more you understand your character, and the smoother your performance will be. Part 4. Acting Preparation 1. Monologue. Read the dialogue aloud. A lot of actors make the mistake of just memorizing their lines. This is called flat reading or cold reading. But remember, theatre and film are different mediums. Start by reading the monologue or dialogue out loud. This helps you get familiar with the words and you'll avoid mistakes like forgetting lines or mispronouncing words. Read it out loud twice in a normal, relaxed way. Ask yourself these questions after reading. Who is speaking? The character. Who are they speaking to? The other character. Where are they? The location. Why are they speaking? The reason. How are they speaking? The emotion. 2. Emotional marking. This technique is a game changer. With the switch on, switch off acting method, you need to mark the emotions in every line of your dialogue. Think about the emotion behind each line and jot it down. Remember, every line in life is expressed with different emotions. The way you say the same words can change based on the emotion you're feeling. So, by understanding the emotion in each line, your performance will feel much more natural. 3. Pause or comma marking. Next, let's talk about breath control. Everyone has a different lung capacity, so it's important to mark where you should pause while delivering your lines. If you don't practice this, you might struggle with your breath control, and it could make your performance feel rushed or messy. Take note of where you naturally need to pause and mark those spots in your script. This will help you deliver your lines with more clarity and ease. 3. Mark the main word. Highlight the important words. When you're acting, it's important to focus on the key words in each line. Highlight them in your mind and really emphasize them when you speak. This little technique can make a huge difference and take your performance from good to great. If you look at iconic movies like Sholay, you'll see how every character, even the smallest roles, made an impact. Take Gabbar Singh's famous line, "Kitne admire thee." It's simple, but it's unforgettable. Stars and superstars use this technique, whether they're doing it consciously or not. It's a small detail, but it can have a big impact on your acting. Just don't rush. Acting isn't just about remembering your lines, it's about feeling them. 4. How to recall your dialogue instantly. Now let's talk about remembering your lines. This technique is pretty magical. The key is not to just memorize, it's about understanding the emotion behind the words. Think about how you learned things when you were younger, like the alphabet or multiplication tables. You struggled to remember them because there was no emotion tied to them. But think about songs. You probably remember all the lyrics, right? That's because they're full of emotion. When you connect to the emotions behind your lines, they stick. So, focus on the feelings in the dialogue, and you'll remember your lines easily, just like you remember song lyrics. Get into the character. When people talk about acting, they always say, get into the character. But how do you actually do that? It can be confusing, right? Here's the secret. You have to live through the event in the scene. Forget yourself for a second and experience what the character is going through. Don't just repeat your lines. say them out loud as if they're coming from your perspective. Once you do this with awareness, the emotions from that scene will take over, and you'll really start to feel your character. When you're preparing for an audition, keep practicing like this until you feel ready to step in front of the camera. Part 5. The principles of brain recall. To remember things better, you need to understand how your brain works. There are 3 basic principles. Association. This is how much you connect with the character. The more you relate to them, the easier it will be to remember their lines. For example, if you don't know a language, it's hard to react to words you don't understand. So, building an emotional connection with your character is crucial. Imagination. If you use your imagination well, it can transform your performance. Visualization. Visualization is slightly different from imagination. In imagination, you think about what could happen, but in visualization, you picture your character in the scene. Imagine the location, the setting, and the other characters around you. It's like watching yourself perform from an outsider's perspective. These techniques are linked, but they serve different purposes to improve your acting. Part 6. Observation. Technique. Observation is something we've all been doing since we were kids. But here's the thing. When it comes to acting, a lot of people miss the small details, especially body language and facial expressions. You might think you can't observe or copy someone's style, but trust me, you can. Don't focus on finding something weird or different. Just take what you see and bring it to your own performance. Bring their facial expressions, speech style, and body language into your own acting. It'll make your performance stand out. Part 7. Regular exercise for acting. Actors must read why. You might be surprised to learn that the average person only uses 50 to 100 words in daily life. Sounds odd, right? But think about it. In conversations with family and friends, the same words come up over and over. You might ask, "Where are you going?" or "When will you be home?" and so on. These are the words you use every day. But when someone decides to become an actor and heads to Mumbai without proper preparation, they often get nervous and fumble during auditions. That's why reading is so important. It helps expand your vocabulary and understanding. You can read anything. Novels, literature, drama books, anything that will increase your knowledge and vocabulary. But if you want quicker results, try reading short stories. They are shorter and easier to fit into your day. Storytelling exercise. Take any story and read it like you're telling it. It's a fun exercise and helps you practice every day. When reading a short story, don't just read it straight, perform it as a story. If there are lines in parentheses, those are the characters' dialogues. So, act them out. Everything else should be read with expression. An actor's voice is one of their most important tools. The way you use your voice can really set you apart. If you think about successful actors, they are often the ones whose voices are instantly recognizable, whether on screen or radio. Take Amitabh Bachchan. His deep voice caused him to be rejected at first, but now it's one of the most iconic voices in the industry. No matter what your voice sounds like, with practice, it can be shaped into something special. Part 8. Points to keep in mind. In camera acting, when you're acting on camera, it's essential to know the position of the camera. The camera is your audience, so you need to be aware of its placement and what it's capturing. Know where the camera or cameras are positioned. Understand what the camera is focusing on. Be aware of where other actors and props are in relation to the camera. Know how to look and where to focus your gaze. Thank you, friends. I hope you enjoyed this summary. We've only scratched the surface of what's in this book. There's so much more detail to explore, and this book will guide you through it. Switch on, switch off, acting method. Book review. The Switch on, switch off acting method is a great book for anyone who wants to learn the ins and outs of acting. It breaks down the techniques in simple terms, making them easy to understand. While it's focused on the acting industry, it might not be as useful for someone outside the field. But overall, it's a great resource for aspiring actors who want to dive deeper into the craft. Our journey with this video ends here. If you want to purchase this book, the purchase link is available in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Minibook, and follow us on Facebook as well, because we will keep creating similar videos for you regularly. See you in the next video. Until then, stay happy and keep smiling.